Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Friday, September the 17th. There hasn't really been any change in the patterns across these indices. It does appear that the DAX 30 will be lifted to the DAX 40 on the 20th of September. The US markets, we're also considering them being in a bearish situation as well. So even if you don't trade the US, it's probably a good idea this time to have a look at the S&P 500 and also Apple as well, or the other stocks in that stock video. Give you a bit of an idea, because obviously it's the elephant in the room, and it can pull other markets around, and we need to be ready for it. And this is what we're talking about yesterday. So with the stock 50 here, it had the best count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. Yes, we've got overlapping wave structures. Yes, we could count it differently, but we do have 5 waves in this move here. So if this was in 3 waves, we could look at this as an A and a B and a C here and moving up, but it doesn't really count that way that well. As I mentioned with this market, if the 4-2 becomes the support via a classic trading levels pattern, then we can look for a setup and move in. But otherwise, and it looks like it should move up, based on this here, but we also don't want to chase the breakout here, right? So we want it to come back. So if I can just maybe make that picture a little bit better. So I don't even need to do another line. So we put that here. So if this does break to the upside, we don't want to trade it. We want it to come back and give us a setup here for that, okay? So just be a little bit mindful of how you approach that, because it does appear that we've got 5 waves down here. So it could have an A and a B, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, making the first high above the level, and then fade away at that point. So that's what we need to be careful of. The FTSE, if I lined it up with the stock 50, then would put wave 5 here as a truncated 5th wave. I could count this here as I could put wave 4 over here somewhere and look at this as an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, an ABC for the D and the E wave over here. I could even shorten and put an A and a B and a C and a D and an E over here for this. There's a few different things, but the FTSE 250 as we looked at yesterday, was telling us that there's a possible top in play. So kind of got to respect that as well. If this does break to the downside, as I've mentioned, then we need to, get a retest of that 7,000. It's been a fantastic support. You can see here, like I moved through it. You don't want to trade the breakout. You'll just not that you will get trapped, but there's a possibility that you could get trapped. So we need to be a bit cautious about that. As I've mentioned before, this move up through here is in 3 waves. We could see it as an A wave, a B wave, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and going up. Well, I'll just draw a straight line up to 5, and then coming down, and that would be the 50-60% retracement level. So we're not going to go long unless we get the 7,100 as the support. So a bit of a tricky wave structure. All I can do is take the next logical step in terms of things. So we'll just see how that plays out. I'm kind of expecting that with Australia. There is obviously between Australia and we're a colony, so we have the same laws, the same taxation, trade, all those sorts of things. The FTSE's has more, 10 times more volume than the Australian market, but there's a correlation there, and also with the DAX as well. I mean, what we're seeing in the DAX is really what we're seeing right here is what we're seeing in Australia. Not so much this push up, because we'd actually come down a bit deeper here, but all of this across here and this is like the Australian market, which is driven by the banks. So perhaps I should be looking at some of the Deutsche Bank and so on. But this could be an A wave, a B wave, and some struggling in some sort of C wave here, and then a break to the downside. Yeah, I mean, that looks bullish corrective, so we should push up. How far we go, I don't know. yeah, do we go up here further? This is not really giving me a good basis for that. The only thing that makes me think that it's bullish here, well, a couple of things, is this move here is in 3 waves. This here, that doesn't really, that could be viewed differently as well. But this little move here tells me we should at least make another high here. This one here is telling me we should make a high above here. So, moving up here would be the right sort of thing to do. But I don't see that with the stock 50 and so on. So, yeah, look, I'm just in a bit of a hard place, rock and all that. But, yeah, let's see how the US markets goes. So do have a look at the S&P 500 and its relationship. Apple's got the clearest count to the downside, and that's obviously in the top 5 of the the biggest stocks on the Nasdaq. So yeah, alrighty, I'll leave it at that. So not a lot of movement in all of this, but yeah. So in a bit of a nutshell, we're expecting a move up and a move down. I mean, really, we should be pushing up here higher, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to count it properly, It's just something seriously not right with all of this, It's sort of the natural flow of things have gone. It's like, it's like when things get controlled by something outside, it sort of takes it over. So, yeah, alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Well, actually, the Dow Jones, sorry about that. The Dow Jones is a bit like this as well, this pattern. So with the Dow Jones, we've got a pattern like this, and we're expecting it to move up. And we would put it as wave A and wave B and wave C up here for that. So we'll see how we go. Alrighty, cheers.